Yet another mining operation is hoping to set up shop in northern BC. It's an old plan with a new look at the site of the former Kemess North, and it spells good things for the region.
It was a presentation to council about an underground mine at the site of the former Kemess North. Orico Gold will spearhead the operation. Harold Bent worked with Northgate Minerals and Kemess South before it was decommissioned in 2011, and the new project has two things going for it.
We have a lot of information to work with, already available to us. And also, too, secondly, yes, the First Nations relationship is very important, and we put a lot of effort in the last 3 years to move forward on that relationship. And that relationship culminated last year in 2012 in signing the interim measures agreement with the three First Nations, the Quadacha, Seke, and the Taclabans.
Long before Kemess South wrapped up, Northgate Minerals made plans to move north with another open-pit mine. The plan was to use Amazi Lake for a tailings pond. That plan never got past the Joint Review Panel, which rejected Northgate Minerals in 2007. The difference this time? Orico will use the now-defunct Kemess South to dispose of its waste, of which there will be much less.
They're approaching it in a very professional manner, very inclusive of community and First Nations. And they've proposed a plan, I think, that will provide the nod that it needs to as it goes through regulatory review. I mean, they have a long ways to go. I appreciate that, but it's a good project and a well-established mining company.
Council's greatest interest was in the financial implications. When Kemess South was operating between 2004 and 2009, $3 million was spent on payrolls and between $25 and $30 million on goods and services to this region.
I use Kemess South as an example that could be the same going forward with Kemess Underground. And in a typical year at Kemess South, about 40% of our expenditures in payroll were realized in northern BC. In northern BC being from Mackenzie to Prince George right across to Smithers. And we see that going forward with Kemess Underground, it could be very similar.
That accounts for 40% of Northgate's expenses at that time, all staying in the Prince George, Fort St. James and Mackenzie Triangle.
It'd be very good news for the whole region. I mean, the spin-off to mining companies and mining service suppliers in the region, any new development is always very good, and not only for the initial construction and development phase, but also for ongoing operations.
Kemess South was in production for nearly 23 years before it was decommissioned. Kemess Underground's life expectancy is half that. Cheryl Jan, CKPG News.